They call him the Monster. And every time Naoya Inoue steps into the ring, he reminds the world exactly why.
Right hand nearly sends Kim through the ropes.
He's got lightning-fast hands.
Lovely left to the body. Lovely shot. I don't know what the ref's doing.
Devastating power.
He's got him with a left for the first time in his career.
And precision that can end a fight in seconds. But it's not just his power that makes him dangerous.
Oh, a huge right hand from the Monster, and then he chases him down. Fulton is laid out, struggling.
It's his fighting smarts.
And Inoue returns the favor. Lunging forward. Nery came forward, overextended himself.
Opponents step in thinking they have a chance, only to realize they're facing one of the most ruthless punchers in history. In this video, we go through the scariest knockouts of Naoya Inoue's career. So sit back and enjoy the Monster's most brutal hunts. On October 31st, 2020 in Las Vegas, Naoya Inoue stepped into the ring to face a solid challenger in Jason Moloney. At the time, Inoue held the unified WBA and IBF bantamweight titles and was coming off a spectacular win in the World Boxing Super Series against Nonito Donaire. Moloney was coming off 2 strong wins and believed he had the power and pressure to shock the world.
Big left hook.
Counter shot. He just added right hand. And then
With the victory over Moloney, Inoue aimed to continue his destructive run at bantamweight and prove why he was already being called the Monster. But Jason Moloney was no ordinary opponent. He was a trained assassin who promised fans that he would push Inoue like never before and bring a war inside the ring. This was a battle that would test Naoya like anything had before. But the Japanese legend was ready for everything that came his way.
Jason Moloney, who traveled from his home to Brisbane, spent the night in Sydney, traveled to San Francisco all the way to get here in Las Vegas. His 3rd fight outside of Japan, his 2nd in the United States. At age 27, he's fighting for the 20th time as a pro, but it's been almost a year. In the 2nd round, after he won a split decision against Jason Moloney 7 months before, and he was not the only common opponent that they had. First bell here.
Inoue know that he's there, and Inoue just needs to be who he is. Be explosive, be fast, be quick. Don't try to overpower Moloney. Well, you see that uppercut right there. Just beat yourself.
Nice counter right from Inoue after Moloney lands a shot of his own. A few mistakes that he does make, leaving himself exposed and doesn't get off the line, but Moloney said, I've got to be quick enough, I got to be smart enough, and I got to be strong enough to make him pay, as he takes another Inoue jab right in the face. Oh, nice body shot from Moloney.
That's the work right there in the inside that Moloney has to do. But he has to be cautious because he can get caught in between if he gets a little wide with his punches. Nice counter right there.
Switch your mind back and remind yourself why you're here.
It's also true that it's been 359 days since Inoue was last in the ring against Nonito Donaire.
And he explodes with every single punch, so it's dangerous. You second guess it. Oh, man,
There's a
nice
right
body
hand.
shot.
Maloney was trying to get out of the way and throw a right hand all at the same time.
That's a lot to process in just 1 millisecond. There's that left hook from Naoya Inoue here to close out the 2nd round.
Oh, nice left hook.
For 12 rounds tonight, they really do want to hurt each other, and Moloney here keeping up with Inoue in terms of punches thrown, but he's more than 2-1 down in terms of punches landed to Naoya Inoue, and that's got to change if he's going to win.
Well, he's letting Inoue dictate the pace right now. You see all the bouncing coming from Moloney. I told you he's a rhythm fighter. He likes to fight in the rhythm, and you see
Nice
the combinations
right
as he's bouncing. Boom, boom, boom. Follow him out. Why not?
Nice uppercut there with the right hand from Inoue, but Moloney takes it well. There it is. Once again, the attack. Right hand, left hand.
My essentials packet, the right uppercut for Inoue.
that first step of Inoue is a lot for Moloney to process right now. He's thinking, trying to figure out what his next move is, and he gets hit with a 1-2. That's very discouraging.
One thing that I forgot to mention early on is look at the calves on Inoue. That's where all the power is generated from. The ground up, from the legs up.
Manny Pacquiao, Prince Nassim Hamed, Samanso Jaturong. A lot of great fighters who had that power going from the bottom up. Oh, beautiful double uppercut from Naoya Inoue. Nice right there from Jason Moloney on the inside, using his strength, and he gets clipped by a left hook.
Is making Moloney forget his game plan. He forgot what he came here to do.
Ooh, left uppercut from Naoya Inoue. Switches up, and now you see the legs of Moloney a little wobbly as he continues with the attack.
Person, how explosive every shot is, how the speed on his punches, and the power to go along with it, and the pressure he's putting on Moloney right now. Moloney is a good fighter. He's a good quality fighter, and he's making him look ordinary.
Oh, nice counter to the body from Naoya Inoue as Moloney was looking for a big overhand right. And there's a right hand counter once again from Inoue as he digs to the body, and down goes that right elbow of Moloney. Nice stick jab from Moloney though.
Andrew Moloney, who knows his brother as well as anyone, says he has to punch sharper, not harder. Just stay behind the jab and punch sharper.
That's a hard thing to do when you got a guy who's sticking you with power.
He's being out-muscled. I mean, that power and that speed.
Mid-range, inside, it doesn't matter. He's controlling this fight. He's leading, he's countering, he's outspeeding, out-quicking, and he has more power than Moloney. How you gonna deal with that if you don't open up and try to get some respect?
You know, he gets a little enamored with this punching power. He just wants to admire his work at times, and Moloney is finding home for his right hand occasionally.
And there you see the finishing shots from Naoya Inoue as round 4 comes to a conclusion.
Well, it's special. You know, there's no perfect fighter. There's always going to be mistakes the fighter makes, but the question is, can the opponent do anything about it? Or if they're going to have the courage to try to risk doing anything about it. So Inoue is everything that people say that he is, and the scary part is he's still getting better.
He right at the start of his prime right now at 27 years old.
Ooh. That quickness of Naoya Inoue, who's 19-0 with 16 knockouts. But here comes Jason Moloney, who said, if I can get him backing up and crouching and covering up, that's my opportunity.
But that's where he needs to be. He needs to be in the inside the trenches. But he needs to be careful because Inoue will set him up with a counter. He'll look to punch in between his shots.
Inoue's got the power advantage, the quickness advantage, and a 2.5-inch reach advantage, which we saw just moments ago as his jab got to its destination.
Yeah,
devastation.
Thank you.
But sometimes it's big right hand there from Inoue, and Moloney takes it, and he takes 2 steps back.
If you could hear the thoughts that shot right there.
Down goes Moloney on a quick counter.
4, 5, 6.
Inoue's a good finisher
7,
too.
8, okay, come to me.
Position to throw this left hook. Moloney came in with a double jab. You know, we're taught to, step in behind with the double jab. And if you don't do it from the right distance, well, you get set up with shots like this. Beautiful left hook right in between. Nice step back, a half a step back by Inoue. Nice check hook right there from him.
A lot to deal with, fellas. Power, speed, quickness, timing.
And he smells blood. He may be the monster, but tonight he's a shark going after his prey in Jason Moloney from down under. Big right hand once again. Supreme focus from Naoya Inoue as Moloney gets caught with another left hook as he leaves his jab out there. You can feel the power, you can hear the thuds when Inoue lands a shot. And he hasn't landed cleanly yet, except for that big shot early in the round. But he lands cleanly there with that right.
Inoue, it's the feet. When a fighter can close the distance on you in a half a second and he's up on you quicker than you could even imagine, that's unnerving for a fighter. It's tough to deal with.
There's that stick from Naoya Inoue. As round 7 comes a big right hand from Naoya Inoue, and Moloney is down and hurt.
6, 7, 8.
It's over. It is over. Naoya the Monster Inoue on Halloween night knocks out Jason Mayhem Moloney. Right hand it was.
Inoue started this fight the way that he ended it. He just got on fire. He revved up his engine, and he was all gas and no brakes. He did everything. He showed speed. He showed power. He showed some flavor with his feet. And, you know, he ended with a devastating right hand like that. Moloney just made a mistake, threw a jab out there, and Inoue just took a half little step back and just made him pay with a brutal shot. You saw that coming. We were talking about this over the last couple rounds. It doesn't look like much is happening, but there's a lot happening. And you see Inoue, a guy with an IQ, setting up a shot like that to have an emphatic victory here in the United States. There's a lot of people that are going to start to know this young man's name. And if he continues to put on performances like this, he will be a household name.
And still, WBA, IBF, Ring Magazine Unified Bantamweight Champion of the World, Naoya the Monster Inoue.
In the end, Naoya Inoue showcased his world-class precision and power to secure a spectacular knockout victory. But this was only the beginning of his path toward becoming one of the most feared fighters of his era. A few months after taking out Jason Moloney, Naoya Inoue stepped into the ring to defend his unified bantamweight titles against another dangerous challenger in Michael Dasmarinas. At the time, Inoue held both the WBA and IBF belts, and many believed he was on his way to becoming the undisputed king of the division. But Michael Dasmarinas wasn't just another opponent. He was a hungry southpaw with explosive speed and a reputation for body shot KOs, and he was determined to shock the world. With the stakes high and the pressure even higher, the stage was set for another classic showcase of Inoue's brutality and precision as he looked to prove once again why he's one of the most feared punchers on the planet.
Every other box checks for Inoue, including superb power punching. Look at the percentage. Both men well above the bantamweight average. Career long layoff of 17 months. Current #1 ranked IBF mandatory challenger, undefeated.
Anything below this line is a foul. We went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to remind you, protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands. God bless you both. Touch up.
The opening bell. It unleashes the monster, his 21st pro fight.
Starting out, Dasmarinas is a southpaw. In fighting the southpaw in unorthodox, the right hand and left hook are the two punches that you want to look for. All starting with the foot position, the lead foot. If you get your foot outside the lead foot of the southpaw, you can line up your power shot, which is the right hand. It's like almost an autocorrect with his balance.
There's that left hook again. You see how quickly he can viper strike it at a moment's notice.
Dasmarinas is choosing right now to get on his bike. Moving, trying not to stand directly in front of Inoue.
Dasmarinas is doing the right thing.
Yes, he is. He's saying, I know you got punching power, but you gotta catch me.
The hope for Dasmarinas is to get this fight going a little bit where he can warm up, maybe he can land some shots and start to get his range so he can get some respect from Inoue, but it won't be easy.
Dasmarinas trying to go with the left hand to the body. Now range finding to the body with a jab is Inoue.
Dasmarinas has given up a lot of energy just from the presence of Inoue. Just the fact that Inoue is in range to land is unnerving Dasmarinas.
And he's looking, trying to lure Inoue into that shot. Trying to get him comfortable, moving, chasing him, make a mistake, and then boom, he's gonna look for it.
Lands the left hook as Dasmarinas came in and crossed that threshold. The undefeated champion, the 3-division world champion, who's really a fighter's fighter. It's interesting to see who came out to see him tonight among the celebs and the boxing stars ringside.
Good straight left from Dasmarinas. Yeah, but Dasmarinas is going to have to be in that range and still get his if he's got any shot of landing anything significant.
There's no doubt.
Inoue.
You got to take certain risks. Inoue had a spectacular, I mean utterly spectacular knockout in his last fight.
Good defense from Dasmarinas along the ropes.
Nice shot
left
right
hand.
there.
Dasmarinas trying to time that left hand.
So you can already tell from the body language of Dasmarinas, he's moving a lot. He doesn't want to get touched by those big shots, but offensively, he's starting to settle down and land some shots.
There it is.
But then a shot like that'll land.
Left hook to the body.
Knocked down, scored by the monster.
Liver.
Left hook to the liver.
Common shot in the sport of boxing, but it didn't land with common power. Here we see Inoue throw a waist right uppercut and just sort of graze the mid to side of Dasmarinas, and it was a delayed reaction, but he thought about it. He said, I just can't stand up. That kind of shot takes the wind out of you. Jab, waist uppercut, and just a grazing shot right there that just paralyzed Dasmarinas, and Inoue went back there.
50 seconds to work here in round 2 for Inoue. Stalking his prey. Oh, big left hand dug in underneath. Now working behind the jab. Nearly a clash of heads there. Dasmarinas trying to steady himself on his feet. Inoue stalking. Goes to the body. Left uppercut comes in as well.
That's what you do when you hurt a person to the body.
Oh, another body
right
shot.
Back down there.
Pinpoint accuracy with the left hand to the body. One of the most devastating punches you can land in this sport. Paralyzes the opponent. And it did with Dasmarinas.
Dasmarinas is still hurt.
There's no doubt about it.
Trying to survive the fouls. Another body shot comes in. Look at Inoue. This is what he delivers time and again. Dasmarinas is so game to fight back. Inoue goes to that spot again. Just bruising that liver shot. Round number 3. 20 fights for Inoue have only lasted a total of 114 rounds. 5.7 rounds is his average length of an Inoue fight. And he hurts Dasmarinas in round 2. The velocity, I know it looked like it was grazing, but the speed is, oh, he digs in again. And Tim, for people at home saying the delayed reaction, what that feels like is very unique. There's that second pause, and then your entire system just wants to shut down.
Because you're thinking about it, you're saying, oh, that hurt, and then it really digs in on you, and then you you have no choice but to go down from a liver shot.
But this right here is when it starts to become unfair for opponents of Inoue when, yes, he's offensively powerful, but then defensively, he's stingy and he doesn't let you get anything with his quickness. Inoue's looking to go back to that body. He's just going away from it for a little bit, make Dasmarinas forget about it, then he's going back down there with that left hook.
There it is. Yep. Sold the right hand, came back with the left to the body. Now Dasmarinas trying to get right into that kitchen, fires off a combination. You see those shots being blocked by Inoue, the undefeated world champion. Number 3 pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
That's the high guard enticing right there. He's trying to entice and allow Dasmarinas to punch so that way he opens himself up.
Tried to get it right there, but it grazed the body of Dasmarinas.
And you see Dasmarinas now purposely pinning that right elbow to his side every time he gets at close range.
And that's why a smart fighter like Inoue would go away from it and then come back to it.
3-punch combination, goes back to it again. Oh, big time shot to the body by Inoue.
It's over.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Survives the count, but can he survive the next half minute? Dasmarinas, that side is going to feel like here's how he finished it. Well, this was the first knockdown.
See, splitting the guard with the uppercut, then coming around the elbow to the liver with the left hand. Mixed with that, but what he really wanted was that right there. Bring the elbows inside with the uppercut, then come around those elbows.
Destructive work from the monster. Uppercut, body shot again. My, oh my! 3 body shot knockdowns and a knockout victory for the great Naoya Inoue.
Right to the side of Dasmarinas. Dasmarinas was already still reeling from the first body shot and the others that followed up, and that just added insult.
And still, the WBA IBF Bantamweight Champion of the world, the Monster, Naoya Inoue!
Dasmarinas came out confident, but he couldn't even land a punch, and the knockout proved that Naoya was levels ahead of the competition he was facing. Yet, more people would try their luck. On June 7, 2022, in Inoue's home country of Japan, the world witnessed one of the most anticipated rematches in boxing history, as Naoya Inoue faced the legendary Nonito Donaire for the second time. At the time, Inoue held the WBA Super, IBF, and WBC titles, while Donaire was chasing revenge after losing by thin margins in their first epic encounter. A win for either fighter meant more than just a title. It was about pride, legacy, and cementing their place among boxing's elite. Donaire, a veteran with decades of experience and knockout power, was adamant to prove that age and previous defeat wouldn't stop him. But this time, Naoya came prepared.
Introducing the Filipino Flash, Nonito Donaire. Introducing Naoya Monster.
That seems to favor Inoue, but height and reach are comparable with minimal advantages to Donaire. 95 of Inoue's 125 total rounds have been championship rounds over his 9-year career.
You gentlemen have received my instructions in the dressing room. You know what we're here for. Remember to protect yourself at all times. And when you touch gloves now, men, you're boxing at the bell. God bless you both.
The wait is over. 2 years and 7 months after they first delivered a Fight of the Year performance, Nonito Donaire and Naoya Inoue, 2 virtuosos in the ring, present Poetry of Violence. Round 13. Bernardo Osuna alongside Hall of Famer Andre Ward, and it's Donaire coming out fast with the left hook. The first attempt by Donaire to land that right hand, which hurt Inoue on several occasions in the first fight, and sometimes gets overlooked because of his beautiful left hook, as Inoue is able to land a check hook here with 1 minute 15 seconds left in round 1. The Japanese crowd getting into it here, Dre.
Yes, good shot right there. Inoue gives the crowd a lot to get excited about, and this is a crowd that is typically respectful and very quiet, but it's hard to stay quiet when you see the explosive shots of Inoue land clean like the right hand just landed.
You see the jab of Inoue there with the counter right, and now a left hook from Inoue. This fight can change with one punch at any moment. You won't want to blink because they both have dynamite in their punches. You see that left from Inoue.
So far, no reaction from either fighter from the big shots that they've taken in this first round, which is impressive because the fighters are still warming up.
Nice left hook there from...
He's hurt right now, Bernardo.
The bell was his greatest ally.
Everything, Inoue was winning that round, but nothing crazy had happened until it did. A quick right hand to the temple of Nonito, and it sat him right on his butt. He didn't know how he got there. He just realized that he was on the canvas, and that's the type of explosive power that we've been promoting this fight with. They both possess it, but Inoue's is a little bit different, and we saw it on full display in that first round.
Now it's Donaire landing that vaunted left hook. See that right hand from Naoya Inoue. Inoue, you have to pick your poison. Now it's a left hook that rattles Nonito Donaire. It's devastating power, and the legs of Donaire are not all there. And Inoue taking advantage of the moment as Donaire tries to go downstairs.
And Donaire needs to get himself together before he tries to load up, but that's not in his nature. He wants to draw Inoue in, even though he's hurt, to try to land his own big shots.
You see another vicious left hook from the monster, Naoya Inoue. Body shot from the monster.
Looks like Donaire has made up his mind. He's going to fight fire with fire, and that's just the way it is, for better or worse.
Drops Donaire as he's able to somehow manage to find his balance. But Inoue, man, it might have been better to just go down, Dre, because Inoue is going to work here. And the left hook now does put down Donaire round 2. And this fight is over. What an impressive knockout victory for the monster.
Wow.
He is the winner by way of technical knockout. He is still undefeated. He is now the WBC, WBA, and IBF Unified Bantamweight Champion of the World, Naoya Monster.
Within 2 rounds, Inoue showcased why he is one of the sport's most fearsome champions, as he delivered one of his best performances, yet against a highly rated opponent. The scary thing was, Naoya hadn't even reached his peak. He was only getting started. In December 2022, Naoya Inoue faced a seriously tough challenger in the form of Paul Butler. This was Inoue's chance to claim the one belt he needed to become the undisputed super bantamweight champion. On paper, Inoue looked unstoppable, but Butler was no easy opponent. He brought speed, power, and championship experience that Inoue had not seen before. But Inoue's focus, accuracy, and knockout power was about to be the difference.
Joe Tessitore and Tim Bradley on the call to determine the first undisputed bantamweight champion in boxing's 4-belt era.
And for Inoue, it's all about pressure and cutting off the ring. And I expect him to go down to the body of Butler to bring those hands down and eventually find that kill shot up top.
Speaking of jabs, you're seeing steady jab from Inoue early on. He averages landing nearly 9 jabs per round, and that is number 2 among all active fighters. That is double the bantamweight average. First 2-punch combination of significance from Inoue.
He's doing right by staying defensively sound and not opening up right away.
3-punch combination from Inoue. Now Butler takes a step forward for a moment. Inoue comes back with a right hand behind the jab. There's the right hand to the body from Inoue.
He's still comfortable right now, still protecting himself. He fears that power of Inoue.
Or double jab that time, a 5-punch combination. He went double jab, right hand, left hand to the body. He has landed 3 lefts to the body.
Vicious body work. Like I tell you guys in the past, you see Inoue throwing where Butler's moving to cut him off, to pin him on the ropes. Land his own body shot on Inoue.
And Butler comes back with a right hand up top before going with the high guard again. And now moving to his left, got to be careful of that right hand of Inoue. Inoue taking those small steps just to corral Butler, always keeping him in range. There's a right hand and a left hand to the body that backed it up. He's been finishing consistently with that left hand to the body on the combinations, Timmy.
Yes, he has. He's one of the best combination punchers in boxing. Always balanced.
Inoue steady work with the jab. Always setting the table, creating the opportunity for offense. Now you see the head movement, something he has taken great pride in. Remember, he took that mini camp trip to the wild card gym.
Just not
enough offense, Timmy, to keep Inoue off of that. There's right hand that comes in, and two lefts to the body.
For those type of situations.
Opens up this third round with a combination as Butler's in that corner and desperately needs to get out. He has that left hand up.
Just a vicious assault right here. Inoue cornering Butler. Butler protecting himself really well. A lot of those things was caught on the glove. But as you see, no return fire from Butler. He is timid.
Two-punch combination again, working behind that jab.
The uppercut, right uppercut, left hook behind.
Now explain to people when you say that. You call it a teeter-totter, and Butler finally lets his hands go as Inoue covers up for a moment. Best work that Butler's had comes here in round number 3. But what you describe as that teeter-totter, the ability to throw punches and generate torque, bringing back the offhand to create more power.
No, the teeter-totter combination is the right uppercut. So it goes up. So that side is up, and then he comes down. The opposite side is down, and it's around the elbow to the liver. Will neglect defense, Butler will come on with his combinations. The hook is the best punch I believe that Butler has landed. Needs to make an adjustment. He needs to fight, sell out now.
As is the case with Gallagher. Speaking to his charge, Paul Butler, 34-win WBO champion. Inoue closing the gap into that corner again. Left hook comes in. Inoue comes around the guard with a right hand.
Just more domination from Inoue. Target practice at this moment. This is punching bag work right here. You know, Butler, I understand.
Right through the glove, that's making contact.
Tess, you do from a power puncher like Inoue, when you're getting hit with those type of punches. Inoue is standing just outside that mid-range. He's hoping.
Closes range with the jab, gets the inside left hand, came to the body, finished with a left hook upstairs. Right hand comes behind the jab, left uppercut, right uppercut. There's that left hand to the body. It's been so effective tonight. World champion. And with that, and Timmy, we noted we're so used to in recent years seeing Inoue with the right. He does for a moment, and Inoue would invite that, looking for an opportunity to land his power shot. Now a little bit of a shuffle before he sends off a three-punch combination.
The reason why Butler's having a little success is because now Inoue is taking more chances, trying to get him to open up so he can land that kill shot.
And engage.
It's too easy, Tess.
Far too easy.
Too easy. Good combination right there from Butler.
Ali shuffled.
Beautiful left hook down to the body. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I need to see more from Butler right there.
Right hand from Inoue. Stop Butler's lateral movement for a moment.
Nice, good. Nice. Oh.
A combination from Butler. You can hear the encouragement from the corner of Paul Butler as he's sent back with another right hand that hits that high guard. The way I hear you talk and what I see out of Butler, you get the sense that to him the victory was getting the contract signed.
That's it. That's it. You got to understand that
Nice, good, Paul. But Gallagher himself has to understand you're headed to a shutout loss no matter.
Yes.
Ooh. Inoue with a body shot as Butler was up against the ropes. That time willing to throw, and Inoue filled that gap with a right hand. Right hand from Inoue.
It's a good sequence right here. Consistent work from Inoue. Inoue should just take some of the steam off the punches and change the cadence up, speed things up.
What would that do for him, Timmy?
He can open up a big shot. Touch, 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 touch. Get him defensive, and then boom. A big shot downstairs.
Now Inoue with a combination to open up this 11th round.
Ooh, and I love the speed on those punches. That's what I'm talking about. Changing up the cadence, baby. Speed coming down the middle, but now he needs to bring it downstairs. After he get those hands high and raised on Butler, attack that body.
Right hand to the body is a good one. And a big right hand that comes in. Great work from Inoue. Big combination scores the knockdown here in round 11. That power of Inoue comes through, and he gets it done at 11. Dismisses an unengaged Paul Butler by hitting the accelerator and putting on a show.
Inoue made him a punching bag for the entire night until he stopped him.
And now boxing's first undisputed bantamweight champion of the world, Naoya the Monster Inoue.
This was very important for Inoue to do this.
After 11 rounds of a one-sided beatdown, Naoya Inoue was now the undisputed bantamweight champion. With one division conquered, Naoya immediately moved up to super bantamweight, where things were about to take a crazy turn. On July 25, 2023 in Las Vegas, Nevada, Naoya Inoue faced WBC and WBO super bantamweight champ Stephen Fulton, a highly skilled champion who was by far Inoue's biggest fight. A win here for Inoue would further cement his legacy as one of the sport's pound-for-pound greats. For undefeated Fulton, it was his chance to prove that he belonged among the best guys in his division. Fulton Jr. was no easy opponent. He was a calculated counterattack specialist with energy that promised a thrilling and intense battle.
I've been in the ring with guys like him. Trust me. Even down back to my amateur days.
Though it was Fulton's biggest career fight as well, the American still felt he was a tough above the rest, and that would make the difference.
And I feel like this is just new to the fans, seeing a Asian, like a Japanese guy doing these things. It's not new to me.
Now to give instructions, Hector Afu.
Guys, I get instruction in the dressing room. Coach Club.
The time has arrived, Inoue and Fulton. And I go back, Tim Bradley, to what Stephen Fulton said of hearing those who doubt that they don't believe in me. Well, let's make them believers, he said. The task is in front of him to defend his titles. And out of the way, that long-range jab to the body from Inoue. Inoue tries to come with the right hand around the guard. And the up jab.
So interesting to see that low lead hand from Inoue starting off like that. Good jab.
Very solid jab from Inoue.
You know, we talked all night about Fulton's jab, but what about Inoue's jab? It's quick, it's accurate. On point tonight.
Goes with the jab to the body again.
Level change.
Versatile offensive attack as always from Inoue. Now goes upstairs with it. And follows Fulton back to the ropes before the tie-up and the separation from Hector Afu.
Taking advantage of that movement. You know, Fulton thought he was clear. Thought he was going to get on his bike. And Inoue chased him down. Cut him off. Underneath the guards of Fulton.
Right back to it.
There it is again.
And there's the first right hand that is able to land. And he comes with it again. And then a four-punch combination that included a left to the body from Inoue. Double jab, comes upstairs with the right hand. Fulton puts up the guard and backs out.
So a lot of those shots are blocked. But you can tell the effect of those punches. You see Fulton, even though he's the bigger guy, when he gets hit, he gets somewhat knocked off balance from heavy blows coming from Inoue.
Fulton steps forward, Inoue backs off. You can see how calm and in control he is early on here. As he comes with another four-punch combination, tried to go to the body with that right hand in the midst of that. There's that jab, and there are the levels. Went upstairs and then to the body again, Timmy.
And it's the speed at which Inoue closes the gap. Fulton's having a hard time with. Right now, Fulton on his bike, just trying to avoid shots from now.
Double jab, right hand.
No, but I like his composure. He's weathering the storm right now. Fulton using defense, movement to get out of range. Tess, a lot of rounds left, but I'm just telling you right now, Inoue's making this fight look easy right now against Fulton. Let's see if Fulton can turn it around. He needs to mount some sort of offense to get some respect from Inoue.
Key word, respect. Talks about being the bigger man, the intelligent fighter. And he wants to show that he's tough. You got to show you're tough while still being intelligent.
You see the shifting game plan already.
Right hand go to the top, Timmy.
Nice level changing jab right there. In exchange, a jab for a right hand.
See if you can work behind that jab. Inoue has good countering ability as well. Goes to the body again with the jab. There's been a point of emphasis early on, and then the right hand up top.
Partially blocked, Tess. Partially blocked.
1-2 from Fulton. There's that up vertical jab again. And how it has defined him in so many ways. You see the total body punches Inoue with an 11-2 advantage. He has been increasing his work rate as the fight has moved around in the early stages. As he comes with two right hands to open up this fourth round. He had 11 total punches in the first round, landed 15 in the second, 18 in the third. But he threw 56 punches in that last round compared to 28 in the first. So he's picking up the productivity as well.
See, I like that inside work from Fulton. In the inside, banging on the body of Inoue. Getting a little physical on the inside.
Fulton has a lot of confidence in his ability as an in-fighter.
Good right hand.
Right hand from Fulton.
Catching Inoue, trying to get out.
Came straight back. To the body with that jab that has been available since the opening bell. Double jab by Fulton.
not sure about that all the way out, all the way in stuff. Fulton is standing mid-range, not doing anything. Inoue beating him to the punch. He's there. He's there, but he won't pull the trigger test.
Good combination from Inoue. More blood coming from the nose of Scooter Fulton. What's the change that needs to take place for Fulton, Timmy?
Got to change his rhythm. He's standing directly in front. Use your legs. He can draw in Inoue. I mean, he tried to come forward, but he's not letting his hands go. He's afraid for what's going to come back. So now use your legs. Try something different. Get on your bike. Lure in a way, because now you're in range just to get hit with those power shots.
Now here comes the combination punching of Inoue behind that jab, as we've seen early on in round 5.
And change his rhythm up. I mean, when you have a fighter like Inoue just landing shots like that, you have to change your rhythm up. You have to. Throw feints. Subtle movement left and right.
Oh, good combination from Fulton.
And that was off the subtle movement to his right. That's what he has to do.
Another right hand from Inoue backs up Fulton.
Heavy.
Yes,
heavy.
He's extremely
and good right hand. Good right hand from Fulton right there, catching Inoue.
Right hand from Inoue.
A lot of those shots are being deflected by the guards of Fulton. It's a better round for Fulton. I don't know if he's gonna win this round, but I know this is a better round.
Round 6, unified champion Stephen Fulton in an early hold against the monster. Naoya Inoue, who vacated his 4 belts, his undisputed status at bantamweight, to come up to 122 pounds and say, I want the best guy in the division right away. And early on, being so relaxed, but so fast and striking and consistent and productive with the jab and his offensive arsenal.
Fulton is not using any of his footwork. He's not using any of his lateral movement at all. And you want to know why? Because Inoue has stopped that. He's punching where he's going. So anytime you see Fulton get on his bike and try to move left or right, Inoue is quick to cut him off and says, I want you directly in front of me. I don't want you moving anywhere.
That time he comes in with the left hook. That speed to close, whether it's straight ahead or lateral, just another part of what makes him so dangerous. As Fulton comes forward that time, falls short of landing, and then wraps up. Halfway through round number 6. Amazing, in a sold-out arena in Tokyo. The crowd so respectful, polite, restrained, subdued that you can actually hear in the midst of the fight the instructions coming from the corner of Fulton.
So unbelievable how Inoue, no matter what position he's in, he's able to generate the punching power and torque on his shots.
Torque. That's a perfect description of what makes his punching power special.
He just ran with a combination.
He did.
My goodness.
4-punch combination as he's taking steps forward.
It's that jab.
It's
Mark
been the key.
It's been the key.
It has been the key.
Ooh. That right hand hurt Fulton. Buzzed him for a split second. But you know he's in tremendous shape, so he recovered quickly, getting back on his jab, trying to establish his own offense, but getting himself out of position.
Short left hand chopped down here at the end of round number 6. Fulton trying to exchange on the inside, and Inoue getting the better of it again.
Tess, this is the baddest man at 122 pounds. Inoue, he keeps his head on that side. I'm seeing him keep his head on that right side, right in the line of fire for that right hand of Fulton.
Listen, we've seen Inoue get hit in his career. We've also seen him at his best when he does.
Yes.
Short check hook that time.
Check hook
that time as Fulton crossed the threshold. The jab for Inoue. There's Fulton on the inside, coming wrapping around the guard with that right hand. And Inoue comes right back at him. Returns fire immediately.
Good right hand over the top.
Counter right hand from Fulton. Back to the body from Inoue.
Folks said that was low. Inoue said, get out of here.
And see how comfortable Inoue is right now as he's trying to cut off the ring and close the gap. Overhand right.
That's the one thing about Inoue. He never stops hunting for that knockout.
Never.
He's always looking for it.
4-punch combination. Back to the jab up top.
Gee, these are great moments right here that Fulton is allowing Inoue to recharge. See, he just threw an onslaught of punches, and he's allowing Inoue to recharge. He needs to work his offense immediately after Inoue gets done. Right hand, the left hook. Good jab.
And that jab.
And the reason why Inoue can get there quick with that jab is Fulton has a wide stance. His base is so wide. It's really hard to get in and out.
Right hand hurts him. Oh, a huge right hand from the monster. And then he chases him down. Fulton is laid out, struggling to get to his feet. Lot of time to work here in round number 8. Fulton hurt badly. The monster on the attack. Trying to claim 2 more belts as Fulton tried to grab the ropes. Backed up into the corner. Here comes Inoue. That destructive, decisive power does it again. The monster, a 4-division world champion, stamping in Tokyo.
Naoya, the monster.
Fulton was all bravado heading into the fight, but in just 8 rounds, his devastating power and precision once again made the difference. Slowly but steadily, he was now becoming untouchable, but his next fight would simply elevate him to God tier. In December 2023, in his hometown of Tokyo, Japan, Naoya Inoue stepped into the ring to face the fearsome Marlon Tapales. At the time, Tapales held the WBA and IBF titles, while Inoue carried the WBC and WBO belts. A win for Inoue would make him the first undisputed super bantamweight champion of the 4-belt era, and doing it in a second division would be stuff of dreams. But Tapales was no ordinary challenger. He had trained tirelessly and brought everything he had to dethrone one of the sport's most dominant fighters.
I will be ready to be Inoue's worst nightmare. Tapales wants to take the fight to 12 rounds. He wants to enjoy it. Much success as Inoue has had, he said this fight versus Tapales is the most he's ever trained.
I gave you guys your instruction in the dressing room. I expect a clean, fair fight, start to finish. Anything right here is low. Same thing right here. Anything between these lines right here is low. Good luck.
When asked, why don't you take a tune-up, Inoue said, I don't have the mental strength to take tune-ups. I need maximum motivation. And standing across the ring, he has that tonight in the hungry underdog of Marlon Tapales, who's also a 2-belt champion at Super Bantamweight. We're underway in our main event from the Ariake Arena in Tokyo, Japan. Karan Bhatia on the call, joined by Jamel Herring. This is the undisputed Super Bantamweight Championship. Naoya Inoue in the white, red, and blue trunks. There's a left hand for Tapales that gets in. Inoue's father, Naoya's father and trainer. There's the left hand that
stepping over, but what you don't want to do is stand in front of him, because, like, again, we've seen him explode out with a 1-2 and you know, end fights early with just that combination.
And just like that, Inoue landed the 1-2 there. Now it was partially blocked. by Tapales, but that's what Tapales doesn't want to have happen. There's a left hand. That's going to be called a slip. And you see Inoue with that back foot taking a step back, almost trying to get that looping to disrupt punches coming towards the head.
See how he fell in?
A round 2 similar to round 1 here.
Nice jab from Tapales. But that right there is still like no, because you're just a sitting target.
And here comes Inoue. Those punches are partially blocked, but they are backing up Tapales.
And, you know, Inoue right now he's trying to create an opening. He's not looking for one shot. He's letting his hands go. You know, nice shot to the body. He's trying to create openings if he can't. If Tapales won't give him one. Like again, he was probably expecting him to come aggressive, but if he doesn't see that, you got to go to plan B and, you know, create openings of yourself.
The speed of Inoue.
Nice shot to the body.
Brings the punch back, and then he lands one at another angle so quickly. And Jamel, to your point, it looks like Inoue is baiting Tapales a little bit here.
Ooh.
Doubling and tripling up the jab is Inoue.
Nice jab.
Inoue displaying the right hand before throwing it.
Speed, foot movement. All right, you know, he's got to get a little bit more looser. Nice body shot from Tapales. See? You know, Tapales has to watch out keeping that high guard because he didn't. Ooh, nice uppercut. Under the elbows to the body. So you gotta start watching out for that as well. Nice body shot from Tapales.
But in a way, that high guard is like blinders in a way. You don't see what's coming around it.
And even Inoue, you know what I'm saying, he put his hands up and what happened? He didn't see that shot that just broke through the guard. And that's what I mean, that body shot.
And you have to give credit to Tapales. Yes, he's the underdog, but he's also a unified champion in this division. He's not coming in like we've seen previous opponents of Inoue do and not trying to engage.
And again, I like the game plan that Tapales is doing though in terms of the body. Nice right hook to the up top. He's going to the body, you know, to probably take away some of that power of Inoue, but he has to be careful. You don't want to get greedy.
And here comes Inoue. These are hard shots by Naoya Inoue. Big left hand to the head. Here comes Inoue, the monster. Left hand, right hand. Tapales is down.
Didn't see the shot with the high guard. Came around the guard. Put him down.
You're tentative and then you end up getting dropped.
The thing is, he can box split them. You know, he can box split them. He just got to, you know, he's got to watch it. He got to just watch when he places his shots. And being that high guard hasn't helped him because again, Inoue's gonna come around the guard and hit you under the elbows and everything.
And Inoue started
just like that.
5, the way he ended round 4. Devastating shots downstairs, then upstairs.
And standing in front of him is not going to help. Standing in front of him is not going to help him. All you're doing is becoming a punching bag and a sitting target.
That's a scary.
Now he's getting pieced up.
Against Naoya Inoue. Right hand gets through the guard. Another right hand.
Nice
Big uppercut for Inoue.
Woo! Nice counter from Tapales, though.
Another huge body shot.
Tell you, he has to protect that body. Because pretty soon, the hands are going to drop, and he's going to come right back up top.
And Tapales is a warrior, all-out warrior. He's taking this punishment, and he's coming right back, landing body shots, going to the head.
Oh, it's cool.
Backing up in
it's cool to be a warrior, but you got to be smart in there, too. Nice counter. Nice counter from Inoue. That was nice. That was nice from Tapales.
Tapales lands a sneaky.
Another one.
And another one. Here comes Marlon Tapales.
Ooh. Yeah.
Back and forth. One of the most competitive rounds of the fight so far.
Nice.
Both men exchanging right hands to the head.
Oh.
Big uppercut by Inoue.
I like what Tapales is doing at times, but when he throws his shots, he just stands right in front of him, and Inoue comes right back, and that time's a harder shot. So he needs to, get in and just take a step over.
You can tell those body shots are affecting Tapales. He motions to the right hand gets through for Inoue.
The counter. And again, just standing in front of him. He needs to do something. Feint, turn, something.
It's not where you want to be if you're Marlon Tapales.
Oh, nice. I love that uppercut from Tapales because it's breaking the guard of Inoue. And you can hear Tapales' team jab to the body. Nice left hand from Tapales.
Tapales has Inoue backed up now.
Ooh. And you hear him saying the corners. Ooh. I know a lot of those are box, but you can hear just the pop on them. But it's like I said earlier, if you know, he got caught. He's coming out with his hands down. But it's like I said earlier though.
Huge right hand for Inoue to close out round 6. Halfway through our undisputed super bantamweight championship. Inoue did score the knockdown in round 4. But Jamel, as we've been saying, Marlon Tapales is having his moments, but you're looking for some in-fight adjustments here.
A nice jab. It's nice, good jab. But again, I like what he's doing now. You gotta keep backing the monster up. Caught that in the glove. Ooh.
Huge left and right hand get through for Inoue.
Again, Tapales, he's having his moments. Again, nice.
Nice lead jab there.
And he's having moments. He's probably been winning the round. Just got caught.
Lead right hand there.
Just got caught though, but
the third was the most powerful. It definitely got Tapales' attention.
Nice shot for Tapales. He's bending his knees. He's got the body movement. He's turning. The jab is finding more success. Now, you know what I'm saying, he's catching Inoue falling at times.
It's also, Jamel, you mentioned Tapales lowering that right lead hand. It also allows a different angle for him to throw the jab that Inoue may not be expecting.
No, like I said, he'll dip, but he'll shoot the jab upward. You know, and it'll catch Inoue off guard. Nice.
Big right hand there for Inoue. Hoped for and expected from Tapales, even though he has 2 belts. Came in as an underdog, has shocked the world before.
And you see the small adjustment from Inoue. Like, he's doubling up that right hand. See, again, he's doubling up that right hand. Because Tapales, he probably thinks he's going to stop at one right hand and he'll double up. A nice 1-2 shot from Tapales.
The left hand got through for Tapales.
Nice combination.
And right now, this distance, this pace, right, is working for Tapales. Of Inoue's lead foot.
But he has to watch. I know he has to watch it. Even because when he shoots that jab forward, he shoots right. He falls right on the inside.
Tapales goes back to that high guard. making in-fight adjustments. At times frustrating Inoue.
And you notice at times when he puts his hands up like that, Inoue would throw a shot and then he'll, ooh.
Big right hand there, backed up Tapales. And can he beat the count? He's not going to make it up. Naoya Inoue makes history.
He came to fight. And again, like I said, it's shots like that, even though it was on the glove, but you see just how hard he hits. You knew he was going to break. He was going to break through the guard and start touching that chin just like that. He thought he had his hands up and he thought he was protected. Sat on that right hand.
And that's incredible. Both of those right hands were partially blocked.
Yeah.
He is the winner by way of knockout. He is now the undefeated, undisputed super bantamweight champion of the world, Naoya, the Monster Inoue.
At just 30 years old, Inoue didn't just cement himself as a bona fide legend. He crossed into the realm of all-time greats. Everything he did from here on out felt less like a career climb and more like optional side quests. In May 2024, Naoya Inoue walked in to defend his throne. All 4 major belts, WBC, WBO, IBF, and WBA, gleaming around his waist like royal armor. Japan's beloved monster was expected to deliver another highlight reel massacre, but what followed, nobody saw it coming, because in the opposite corner stood Luis Nery, a fierce Mexican southpaw with 35 wins and 27 knockouts. Most fans thought he'd show up just to survive, but Pantera didn't come to endure. He came to bring the fire.
Well, Nery defense, that's the concerning part for me. If Nery has improved his defense, he has a shot.
You men receive my instructions in the dressing room. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves now, men. You're boxing at the bell. God bless you both. Touch gloves.
Joe Tessitore and Tim Bradley here on the call for the Undisputed Junior Featherweight Championship. Luis Nery, Naoya Inoue. Timmy, as much as we're always have our jaws dropped with the explosive power of Inoue, he is also a calm fighter, confidently calm. He has exceptional footwork. He's sturdy. But this is a fight where Nery has said, I want it to end early. What could reveal itself early on?
That the fight could be ending on the other way. He can get knocked out. Nery has a tendency of getting caught early in fights and goes down. And I can tell you, if Inoue lands on Nery and he goes down, he's one of the best finishers in the game. He's going to finish the fight test.
Right hand coming through from Inoue early on, willing to fire it. 2023 Fighter of the Year. First Japanese fighter to win that Boxing Writers Award in 85 years. So he'll be in New York City June 6th to accept that. As Nery comes forward against the monster.
I like that from Nery. It's dangerous. However, when he got to be careful reaching right there. You're in there with a vicious counterpuncher in Inoue. But that sequence before this test, coming behind his double jab, just taking advantage of that low lead of Inoue. Inoue tends to bag out in straight lines. He drops that left hand, and when he throws the left hook, he has a tail. He drops that left hand first before he leads with that left hook. So that'll be a telltale sign. If Nery and his team has studied film, they'll know that. Nery right now doesn't seem spooked by the punching power. Oh! There it is!
Inoue goes down! Luis Nery with a first-round knockdown of the monster!
In the inside right here, you see Nery set up the shot. See the small uppercut right there, but you see when Inoue tends to throw one hand, that left hand, the opposite hand tends to drop. Poor fundamental habits right there from Naoya Inoue.
and resolute in saying that he sees flaws and he will knock out the monster. And now he's going after him. Luis Nery determined to deliver on it. Goes to the body with a left hand. Now on the inside, Inoue, covering up, tries to deliver a right hand of his own, an uppercut. Comes through, but Nery unaffected. He keeps punching.
Let's take into account that Nery is a veteran in this weight class. Been in this weight class for about, I believe, a couple of years now, Tess. He's the bigger, stronger fighter. He's fought at 118. Now he's at 122. He's the bigger man in there, and he seems to be the stronger man as well.
Of course, the title is at 118 and 122. And now, how does the monster react as he goes back to the jab? As you can hear this massive crowd in Tokyo trying to rally support for their hero. You have to go all the way back. The last major fight card was Buster Douglas knocking out Mike Tyson in February of 1990. And then the first round of the showcase event in all that time, and the great Inoue hits the canvas. Round number 2 in that first round, Nery landed 10 power punches of his 15 total connects.
See, but
Short left hand flooring Inoue.
But Nery seems to be changing up his attack, Tess. Right now he's trying to be patient. He's trying to catch Inoue out of position. When Inoue commits, he's out of position.
Oh,
there it is.
Inoue returns the favor.
Lunging forward. Nery again on the attack, coming forward, reaching with that left hand. You see him forward shift, and Inoue right there just filling that gap or that space with that left hook. Here he is reaching with the backhand. Inoue stepping back, has a single high shield. Oh, why don't you eat that, young man? Go ahead and sit down.
And Tim, that is a prime example of what you described in terms of elite technique and athleticism.
Yes.
You just saw it from Inoue. That was from about 4 to 6 inches away. And watch that back foot.
Feet and hand working together. That's a bad habit from Nery. Lunging forward. He has a really solid 1-2. But when he throws combinations, he tends to open up, Tess, and he reaches, overcommits, and right there, Inoue making him pay for that with a sharp left hook on the inside.
You saw that back foot of Nery follow forward. His whole body went that path, and the monster, with that viper-like offensive reaction, floored him.
I don't know if he was extremely hurt from that shot, Tess.
A great bounce back round for Inoue after he suffered the first knockdown of his career in round 1. In that second round, he had a 21-4 connect advantage and scored the knockdown. So swapping 10-8 rounds to open up this championship event.
Inoue is starting to anticipate the offense of Nery. And he understands that Nery overcommits at times. He's just taking that half a step, sometimes a full step back to counter. When a fighter starts to anticipate, Tess, actions and reactions, that's when things start to slow down for him. Understand that. Things start to slow down. You hear that saying all the time. Does it slow down for you in the ring?
Right.
Yeah, it does. You know, the mind is faster than the actual reaction, which slows things down. So Inoue knows what he must do. He's starting to anticipate these shots coming from Nery.
His combination from Inoue. And now he goes with that right hand to the body. Remember, it was a body shot that caused Nery's only defeat of his career.
The technical prowess of Inoue right now, and the speed, the coordination, the punch placement right now is giving Nery fits. Nery understands that he can't compete with that. He's looking for that single shot. He's looking for Inoue to make a mistake to make him pay. If Inoue gets overconfident and throws too many shots and get a little bit greedy, There's a chance for Nery to be able to land his signature punch, which is that left hand test. Good right hand. Inoue now is getting comfortable, getting in the groove.
Oh, there's another one, Timmy.
Yeah, he's getting in the groove now. Anticipation is on. Nery better change things up. He better start feinting, start using his jab.
Oh, there's another one that splits the guard. That right hand is being placed well by the monster. In the first round, Luis Nery scored the knockdown. He had a 15-8 connect advantage, and that was the first time an opponent of Inoue outlanded the monster in the last 46 rounds. 45 previous rounds, Inoue had more total connects until the first round tonight against Nery.
Nery's gonna have to compete with that speed. He's gonna have to compete with it with timing. Timing has a way of beating speed. Placing those shots in between the shots of Inoue. And he's gonna have to prevent that bomb from coming, Tess. His defense has to get better. He has to be responsible after his offense.
Four-punch combination from Inoue. There's that pop right hand. Again, it's finding the target. The undisputed champion finding more of his rhythm offensively after being floored in the first round.
Inoue seems to be softening him up right now. He's just taking advantage of those poor fundamental habits.
Oh, look at this! Little showboat, trying to draw him in and then firing off.
Again, told you defense got to be on point when you're facing Inoue with the speed, power, and accuracy that he brings to the table. You know, that's why he's a two-division world champion. Yes, he has the skills, he has punching power. However, that toughness, that grittiness, he's going to have to bring that out tonight. He's going to have to take maybe one or two tests to get one. To get one. You can just see Inoue right now just weakening up Nery, weakening him. And I think he's looking for that left hook to the liver. That's what he's trying to set up. He's trying to get him used to the shots up top, upstairs. And he wants to sneak one past the guard to the liver of Nery.
You can see him testing that a few times moments ago. Round number 5. Nearly connected with that left hook that scored the knockdown.
Yeah, the positioning of Inoue, top notch.
Oh, there's two right hands. Backs up Nery for a moment. Now he inches ahead.
See, positioning is the placement of a boxer compared or in relation to your opponent. You know, when you're facing the southpaw in his overstance battle, of course you need to have lead foot dominance. Inoue, he's having his way with the lead foot. Nery is constantly moving to his left towards the right hand. That's why he keeps eating those right hands.
Good right hand returning fire. Nery stepping forward and Inoue welcoming that. There is a certain sound to the combination punching of Inoue that's very distinct. Was handed a lifetime ban by the local commission that was lifted so that they could have this mega event. And now trading on the inside. Perhaps an opportunity for Nery, but with them comes great risk. Like that!
There it is.
There's the risk with no reward! Left hook scores the knockdown again!
Being calm in the storm. You see right there, just found a little gap right there. Lead hand is down of Nery on the inside. Inoue noticing that. He's attempted there, just missed off the mark, but he dips under. You see his eyes. He's looking right at Nery. He sees those hands. Pull away from that face.
When we talk about punching technique, Tim.
Look at this.
When you talk about the ability to turn a punch over in the last few inches of the delivery system.
Yes.
Under 30 seconds to go, facing one of the great closers in recent boxing history. Here comes the monster. Right hand, stood up to it for the moment. Inoue on the attack. An undisputed champion against a former champion. But there are levels to this game. And guys like Inoue and Bud Crawford are currently just on a far different pedestal.
That speed and quickness, Tessa, you alluded to it. The accuracy and how he's able to generate that power from short distance like that, with that much torque, that much power. It's brilliant stuff right there from Inoue.
Just stands up to that offensive effort from Inoue, from Nery, and fires back. Oh, his right hand. Combination up top.
This almost over, Tess. Nery can't keep taking these type of shots over and over and over.
What do you see as a potential finisher here, Tim? There's the right hand! He just answered the question! As Nery has crumbled and the monster has roared! He's done it again! Of Luis Nery. Tim, there are not enough superlatives to paint on this performance from the second round on.
No, not at all. And that finish right there, I mean, what do you say, Tess? And look at the way Nery hit the canvas. Knees buckled. Got hit with an uppercut, short uppercut right there on the inside. But then that short right hand has that type of effect. Like, gosh, that's just different level of technique right there and punching power. That's God-given stuff right there. You know, Tess, you know what the difference is really with the Terrence Crawfords or the Inoues of the world? Their athleticism is godly.
And still, the undefeated, undisputed super bantamweight champion of the world, Naoya Monster Inoue!
Only because of the lower weight classes.
Nery did everything he could to become the first man to take Inoue out of there, but his efforts just weren't enough, as Inoue answered with full-blown nuclear bombardment. From his lightning-fast combinations to his pinpoint accuracy and devastating power, every moment in the ring proves why Naoya Inoue continues to be a nightmare for anyone who steps up to challenge him. But let's not forget the heart, skill, and determination of his opponents, who push him to his limits and make each fight a story worth watching. If you enjoyed reliving these epic moments, make sure to smash that like button. It really helps the channel grow and lets me know you want more fight breakdowns. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of the latest fights, analysis, and behind-the-scenes breakdowns. Also, drop a comment below telling me which fight or fighter you want me to cover next. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more knockout action, and I'll see you in the next breakdown video.